transition quite simply means change. It also means progress and evolution. Today I will talk about transition, as I'm sure all of us must have experienced some kind of transition in our lives. Some kind of transition are small, such as moving from one grade to another in school, wearing a larger size of shoes, and so on and so forth. Other transitions are more intense, like the ones moving from childhood to adulthood, parenting, health crisis, moving from a joint family to a nuclear family, and many more. Let me share with you about the greatest transformation that I underwent in my life. It was when I shifted to Finland from India a few years back. It was a complete 180-degree change, as everything was unfamiliar, be it the culture, language, weather conditions, friends, and many more. Ever since I was born, I lived in Mumbai, where the temperature remains between 20 and 34 degrees Celsius. But to my utter shock, the place where I lived in Finland, the temperature remained between -10 to -20 degrees Celsius. And for half of the year, the sun was not seen. If I'm not wrong, I think the Finnish people only get up to 8 to 10 weeks to enjoy the sun. So, instead of any other blessings, when people meet and greet each other, they say, "Have a sunny day," as this is a rare phenomenon for them. We Indians see snow mostly once in a lifetime. So that white world mesmerized me for a while, until I realized that in my school, in every break, you have to go out in the snow and play. So, thrice in a day, I would put on all 5 layers of my clothes and go out. Trust me, it felt as if half of my life is about putting on layers of clothes and taking them off. In terms of eating habits, most of the food items in the school menu, I dared not taste. Being Indian and top of it Punjabi, my food choices were quite different than the Finnish food preferences. We Punjabis live to eat. So, initially, my mom explained to me that if I had to become like them, I would have to adapt to their food, eating, and other habits as well. As they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So, I listened to my mom's advice, which resulted in me ending up with cinnamon roll and juice for many days. Communication is also a barrier when it comes to settling in a country like Finland, as the Finnish language is one of the most difficult languages in the world. And not only the people, but also the government puts a lot of emphasis on knowing that language if you're going to live there, no matter to which part of the world you originally belong. The people of Finland are peace-loving and love to be close to nature. And it is believed that if they meet, they exchange the barest of pleasantries, like a hello. It's more than enough. On the contrary, we Indians being very social, it was getting difficult to live there. Eventually, all these things made me really sad. I hated this, and I hated myself more, because I blamed myself for my sadness. But then, I thought about how these people were happy. I started observing them and realized that the people of Finland strongly believe that you should adapt to any situation and be happy, which holds perfectly true for them. It is no wonder that Finland has been ranked 1 in the list of the happiest countries. A startling practice I would like to share with you all is that they place the sleeping infants fully covered in a balcony, in a pram, when the outside temperature is between -5 to -10 degrees Celsius, to make them adapt to and become comfortable in that temperature. I realized that one of the most important aspects of life is to learn the ability to change. If you don't learn the ability to change, then unfortunately, it's going to get difficult for you. And that's when I decided, in order to sustain myself, a transition had to be made. So, I crossed every hurdle and made sure I would be able to change myself to sustain. First and foremost, I started taking interest in Finnish language classes, which helped me express myself. This resulted in me ending up with more friends. Being Indian, cricket is in our blood. However, in Finland, it was not such a popular sport due to the unfavorable weather conditions. Eventually, I had to develop interest in other kind of sports, such as ice skating and soccer. To my surprise, not only did I started enjoying these sports, but I also got selected as the goalkeeper for my school soccer team. I think sports like these made me really connect to the country. I definitely befriended many new people from all around the world, but I could never befriend the bland food for sure. At last, it felt as if I belonged there. Trust me, that sense of belonging gives you immense satisfaction. Transition is a discipline guided by your own intention. I always feel that we humans have a great ability to adjust to any situations and come out as heroes. So, based on my experiences, I believe that if we analyze why transitions may be difficult, then only we will realize that it is due to uncertainty and fear of failures or situations we have no control over. Emotions stir up a worry about what's going to happen next, which eventually leads to anxiety. I firmly believe that our mindsets and we ourselves play a very important role in how we handle a situation. So, if you're not being able to pursue ourselves, then the anxiety is going to overshadow the positive aspect. As I can say now that we have all experienced some or the other transition in our lives, and resistance to change is a natural human tendency because of self-preservation. Although, just because we feel like shying away from life's transition doesn't necessarily mean we should. Certain aspects can be good for us, while others may be cataclysmic. Yet even then, the right approach to handling a situation can surely lead to positive personal growth. So remember always, transition is a journey and not a destination. And it's up to you how you take in the literal and metaphorical meaning of either fit or fade. Thank you very much.